Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So I was going to do a wash and chat this weekend, but I never got around to actually, getting that video done. What I ended up doing is actually just cleaning the car. I was kind of pressed for time with Halloween and everything this weekend, so I had a lot going on with the kids and all that. But the car is all cleaned up, ready for another week of daily driving, and I'm absolutely loving the new ride height. It is so amazing. It's crazy how much more aggressive this car looks just from, lowering the front end a little bit. And yeah, it looks great. So I figured since I didn't finish up the wash, I still got to clean up the interior a little bit. Basically just wipe it down and do the glass. I already did everything else. I already got the tires done. And the rest of the paint and everything is all perfect. So wipe down the engine bay, we're all good. So the main task of tonight is I actually want to get the calipers touched up. I have a few rock chips on the calipers just from driving around, nothing too substantial. One of which was my fault. I was actually cleaning the wheel and I hit it with one of my brushes and it chipped a little bit. So I decided to pick up some touch-up paint. Now I reached out to Rotora, which is my brake company. These are 6-pot calipers in the front and 4-pot rears. Pretty massive brake kit, absolutely love it. But as you can see, there's a few chips. We got one right there, and this up here is the one that I actually did by accident with my wheel brush on the little tip right there. I'm gonna go around, make sure there's no others around the car. I think there might be 1 or 2 on that. The other ones on the other side, the driver's side, I think are okay. But I'm gonna go around, make sure that everything is okay, and any little chips and little nicks or whatever, we'll get them taken care of. What I actually did is reach out to Rotora and I was like, hey, I know you guys don't necessarily carry touch-up paint. So they said, sure, we can get that done for you. They said it was gonna be 45 bucks shipped for the touch-up paint. I said, great. The color is called Frost White. So I was like, oh, cool. They do this pretty often. I'm gonna get a nice little touch-up paint tube, and anytime that I get nicks or scratches or whatever, I can just touch them up when I need it. So I waited about 2 weeks for this to come in, and this is what they sent me. This little tiny tube or a little bottle of Frost White caliper paint. This was 45 bucks. Granted, I know I'm not going to be using much of it, but damn, that is much smaller than I thought. So like I said, there's not really much to touch up, and I promise you I'm not going to be using that much touch-up paint throughout the years that I have this kit. But I was a little disappointed that was $45. I thought I was going to get a little bit more than that. So if you guys have a Rotora kit and you need some touch-up paint, just be prepared to kind of get bent over for the tube or the little jar of paint that they gave you, because clearly it is much smaller than I ever anticipated. But whatever, I got the paint code, I got the correct paint. So yeah, just a very simple day in the garage, nothing too crazy. I just wanted to get this knocked out and film it for you guys because I know you guys enjoy these small things that I do in the garage just on a weekly and daily basis. So I figured I'd make a little video on this. But let me go ahead, finish up the wash by doing the glass and wiping down the interior, and then we can jump on the rotors and get them knocked out. All right, so we got the washed finished up. You guys saw that I finished up the glass with some invisible glass, and then I went onto the interior, wiped that down with PNS interior cleaner. I love that stuff. It does a great job, doesn't leave any weird residue or anything like that. So if you're looking for a good interior cleaner, I would definitely suggest picking it up. It's all in the links below if you are interested. Another thing that I like to do in the garage at the end of the weekend, after I finished any car washes or anything, whether it's just mine or my wife's as well, is I like to go over to my detailing cabinet and actually refill any of my detail bottles or spray bottles that need a refilling. So as you can see, glass cleaner needs a refill. My bead maker over here needs a refill. Wheel cleaner needs a refill. And I'll probably just end up refilling the interior cleaner as well, since we're about here. The other ones that are a little bit lower, like all-purpose and tire dressing, I don't have refills for those, mainly because I don't use those as often. And once I get rid of them, I'm going to change out to a different product. This is OG tire dressing. I like this stuff a lot, but I prefer VRT, which I have in here, which is from Adams. But I'm gonna go ahead, get all my refill bottles, fill them up, and then we will be all set up for the next wash, which will most likely be next weekend. But this is just one of those things that I find very therapeutic that I like to get done. So whenever I do come out here to wash a car and everything is ready to go, I don't have to come out here and refill bottles and, you know, take more time than I need to wash the car. So let me get these filled up and then we'll get to the calipers. So we got everything filled up. We're all good to go for another wash. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take the front passenger wheel off just so I have better access, since that is the most, I guess, chipped up one. Not really chipped, but some bigger nicks that I want to address. So I'm definitely going to take that wheel off. But I haven't tried my low profile jack with the lower ride height. So hopefully it still rolls under and I won't have to use ramps. So let's go ahead and figure it out and see if it works. Yeah. All right, so as you can see, it clears, thankfully. I was really hoping I didn't have to use ramps because I hate using ramps. It's just another thing they got to do. Yes, I do want to get some quick jacks at some point. That is going to make my life much easier, but I just, for whatever reason, haven't picked any up. So I'm kind of waiting around on Black Friday or something to see if there's any sales going on, because I would love to pick up a set so it would make my life much easier. But since we're good with the jack right now, let's go ahead and get this wheel off and then we can get to touching up the calipers. All right, so we got the wheel off. Now we are looking at the caliper. I'm obviously going to wipe down everything just to make sure everything is nice and clean. But as you can see, there's a few nicks. This is the biggest one right here. That one always bothered me. I don't know if that was just a rock or something that came up, but I got it right there. A little chip here, right here as well. And then if you can see on this corner, kind of an easy detail brush, the tip of it actually nicked the top right here. But otherwise, everything looks pretty decent. I'm gonna clean up the back area that I normally can't reach during my washes. But otherwise, everything looks good. There's my nice Titanium Works axle nuts. I love this whole setup. So there's the coilovers, Fortune Auto coilovers. Again, love those. Let's go ahead, clean them up first, make sure I got all the areas in the back that, like I said, that I normally can't reach. And then we can go ahead and do the little touch-ups. So much better. Obviously with touch-up paint, it's not going to be the exact finish because, it's sprayed on and this is just used with a brush, but it looks way, way better. And those little chips just aren't as noticeable. And yeah, so I'm really happy with that. But I'm going to go around, check the other ones. This was, like I said, the worst one. I think maybe, like I said, this one just had one little tiny nick. So I'm going to knock that out. And the other side, I believe, is perfect. There might be one little nick on the driver rear. But otherwise, this was the main one that had the most chips for whatever reason. Something must have came up from the road and, happened to nick the calipers, unfortunately. But man, every time I take these wheels off, these things are absolutely beautiful. I love this brake kit. It's amazing. It performs well. It just looks so good. I mean, even when you back away, it was the perfect color caliper to put on this car. I was going to do yellow, but honestly, the white looks so good. Obviously, I never even noticed this. You can kind of see, you can actually see them right there, the Killer B equal length headers connecting to the up pipe. I actually never noticed that before because with the stock under tray, there was a little piece that went all the way up. But since I'm running the TBW Performance, under tray that's exposed. So, you know, it's good for cooling, and plus it's cool. You can see it in the wheel well there. But yeah, that was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Really happy. The color obviously matches perfectly since it's a specific color code from Rotora. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this wheel back on. But man, every time I take these wheels off as well, they're amazing. I know a lot of people are going to ask as well. These are Project Kicks hub rings. Love these things. These are gold. These are not painted. These are anodized aluminum, so it's not plastic or anything. But these things are so cool. It just adds a nice little touch to the wheel. Yeah, these are Michelin PS4S tires. Great wear, even with my excessive camber that I'm running, which is -3.5. So love these tires. Perfect wheels, perfect brakes, perfect coilovers, perfect car. For me, at least. But yeah, I'm gonna go wrap this up. I'm not gonna really film too much around the car to get the other calipers touched up because it's the same thing. I mainly just wanted to do the worst ones just so you guys get an idea of what I'm doing in the garage tonight. But yeah, let me get this wrapped up and cleaned up, and then we can wrap this video up. All right, so we are all finished up. Really simple night in the garage. But again, I just like to update you guys on everything that I'm doing on the car, in the garage in general, since you seem to enjoy that stuff. So this week, I'm hoping to get the new AWE track exhaust out, the whole video, doing the revving and flybys and all that stuff. I didn't get a chance to do it this weekend. So I'm hoping we can get that done this week because I know a lot of people are interested in hearing the car with the new exhaust on. And I also got a few little things coming for the car as well that I think you guys will enjoy. I know I will. These are a few things that I've been eyeing for a while, so they are on the way. That's all I got for you guys for this video. If you have any questions at all, be sure to ask them below. In the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.